So hi, everybody. Welcome. This is NIGP's Forums in person, first time attendee orientation, and it's being presented by the NIGP Member Council. If at any time during the webinar you need any technical assistance in the chat, if you move your mouse around, you can see there's a chat box at the bottom. Select that. You can select the blue box right above where you type, ask the host and panelist any of the technical things that you may have issues with, like your friend can't log in or your audio isn't working. Well, you wouldn't hear this message anyway. Otherwise, keep it selected to everyone, and everyone will hear the comments and questions that you have, and we will answer those throughout today's webinar. Belinda, would you like to get started?
Thank you, Jeff. I'm Belinda Seitz. I am the Director of Member and Chapter Relations at NIGP, and we are excited to welcome you today to the 2025 NIGP Forum in-person first-time attendee orientation. We are happy to announce that we have over 1,600 attendees registered for Denver. As well as over 1,000 in the virtual audience. So we have a really great numbers and crowds to attend this year. Also, as we have in past years, we have a third of the attendees are people just like you, they're first timers. So hopefully you will get a lot of good information out of this event today and get some of your questions answered. We'll have a Q&A at the end. So if we didn't cover anything, or your specific requests, then we'll have some time to take care of that at the end of the presentation. So today's presenters are going to be members of the NIGP Member Council. We have Paige McDonald, Selena Leon, Kara Daniel, and Catherine Tobel, as well as myself and Carrie Winter, who are here from the NIGP staff. So first thing we want to do is we want to learn a little bit more about your top 3 reasons for attending the NIGP Forum. So Jeff, if you want to turn that poll on for us.
It is on. You can select multiple things. We're looking for your top 3. Once you've selected your 3, click submit. It's Thinker. Half of us have submitted. We'll take another, 80%. Let's take 5 more seconds. Okay, we're going to make the poll disappear in 3, 2. Be sure to click submit. And it is ending. Here are the results.
Okay, looks like the number 1 reason is to make connections. Number 2 looks like access high caliber content you won't find anywhere else. And the third one, top 3, establish yourself if you're new to public procurement. So those are all great reasons to attend, especially the make connections. Some of these people that have been going for years have made lifelong friends and colleagues at work and have really been able to elevate their own careers just by this attending this event. Okay, some of the key highlights for the forum. So one of the good things about this year is you get 19 and a half contact hours for the in-person event. This includes contact hours that you will get from the learning sessions, the workshops, case studies. There's opportunities to earn badges. We have 5 plenary sessions, which are our main stage sessions at the beginning of each day, with 5 keynote speakers, 64 plus learning sessions, 4 interactive workshops, and we'll talk a little bit about the difference between a learning session and a workshop later on, 12 innovation theater sessions, 5 concurrent conversations, entity networking sessions. So for example, if you're with a city or a county, there's opportunities for you to connect with those agencies so you can help have those better conversations to solve problems. Plus, in our expo hall, we have 200 plus exhibitors. So lots of things going on this year. And the great thing about the forum this year is everything is going to be live streamed. So what that means is if there's 2 or 3 sessions that you are happening at the same time and you really want to attend them, no worries. You can do that because they're going to be recorded and you have access to those for 60 days after the event. And not only that, but you can also earn contact hours by attending those events through the recordings and taking the quiz. So just to highlight the schedule, so the first day, Saturday, the 26th, that's where we're going to open up with registration. And so when you come in on Saturday, make sure you check into your hotel if you're if you don't live in the Denver area. Go to the convention center. Find the registration center. It's going to be at the Grand Concourse, and I'll show you a map here in just a minute. But go ahead and get settled. Download the app. Start looking at your schedule. Kind of get your grounding of where things are. There's going to be lots of signage everywhere. The staff will be there at registration to help answer any questions and give you your badge. You can pick up, there's going to be a ribbon station. You can pick up ribbons, whether you're a first timer, whether you're with an authority or a transit district or state. You'll have ribbons that you can attach to your badge. One of the things, if you do see someone around with 40 plus ribbons on, most likely that is Christy Barta. She is the person to beat with ribbons. She's on our member council as well. There will be a local planning committee table around registration, so make sure you stop by there just to learn some fun facts about what's available within the Denver area. There's also going to be a table for the next year's forum, which will be in Columbus, Ohio, so make sure you stop by there and visit those chapter members. The best thing that Saturday that you have to attend is the First Timers event, and that's going to be from 4 to 5 p.m. and in room 603. This is going to be a fun event. We're going to have lots of opportunities to network. You're going to meet some of our volunteer leaders. There's going to be a fun game that we're doing, a bingo game that you can utilize the game card throughout the week. And we'll have an opportunity for you to turn in your completed card with a chance to win a free registration for the next year's forum. So make sure you participate in that activity. Also, Kara Daniel, who is on the member council and on this call today, has graciously made hundreds and hundreds of friendship bracelets for us for the first timers. So make sure those will be passed out at the event, as well as there will be pop-up stations throughout the week. So if you want to just get to know her better and sit and make your own bracelet, you can do that as well. So this is a map of the registration area. You'll see that it's in the center of the convention center, and it's accessible from whatever street you planning to come into, but just keep in mind that it's going to be right here in the center. This Four Seasons Ballroom is where all of our plenary sessions are going to be, and all of the learning events are going to be in these rooms here. So you'll even see 605 right here. That's where the first timers event's going to be. So it's pretty close to the registration area. So on Sunday, registration opens up at 7 o'clock. There is a buffet breakfast, a hot breakfast on Sunday. So make sure you participate in that. The opening session will begin at 8:15. We'll have our opening ceremonies as well as one of our keynotes presenting. Then there'll be a break, and then we break out into the learning sessions, 10:30 to 11:45. There is an opportunity for lunch on your own. I understand it's a very walkable city, so there's all kinds of places for that you can grab lunch. After lunch, we'll have another slate of learning sessions, a break. Then we'll have our entity networking sessions where I described, the cities get together, the school districts get together, higher ed gets together to have those detailed conversations. And then we end with the social event. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but we're super excited. It's going to be at the aquarium. It's an 80s event, so make sure if you feel inclined, you're welcome to dress up in your 80s attire. Monday, we start again early with registration open. Plenary session starts at 8. It is a grab and go breakfast. It's not going to be the full buffet like we do have on Sunday. there are going to be concurrent sessions at 10. Then we'll have our awards luncheon that is going to be from 11:30 to 1:30. So that's where we recognize a lot of our NIHB stars and volunteer leaders. We have in the afternoon, we have our products expo. We'll have the innovation theaters we'll talk a little bit more about later in the session, and then the open evening on Monday. A lot of times there are suppliers host receptions and things like that, so you might get invited to some of those, but typically that happens with some of the open evenings. Tuesday, quickly, I'll just go through this. Again, the plenary session starts the day, light breakfast, it's a grab and go. Products Expo, the lunch, there will be a lunch within the Expo hall. Again, we have the innovation theaters. In the afternoon, we have our concurrent sessions and then a short break and then another set of concurrent sessions. Wednesday, again, the plenary session, that's how we start all of our days. We go into concurrent sessions. We have lunch on your own, another two rounds of concurrent sessions, and then we have the closing session. This year it's going to be a very special session. It is from our CEO, Rick Grimm. He is retiring this year, so make sure that you don't miss that. It's going to be a great thing to attend and see. So I'm going to now turn it over to Selena, who we're going to do a top 10 things you need to know and a countdown. So take it away, Selena.
Thank you, Belinda. All of that was great information. Sounds like a very busy but exciting schedule. I'm just so excited to be there. So let's talk about what to pack. You might ask yourself, how do I dress? What do I take? What do I want to make sure I don't forget? So we are recommending that you dress business casual for daily activities at the convention center. Keep in mind that the rooms can be cool. So, that's to accommodate for larger groups. So if you're like me and you tend to get cold easily, make sure you bring a sweater or a light jacket with you. Check the weather before you pack. So the average temperature in Denver for July is typically from 92 degrees to 62. So just plan for that. Make sure that you're comfortable. Bring comfortable shoes. So you'll do a lot of walking around the convention center, and you'll want to have a pair of comfortable shoes when you're walking around the products exposition floor. That will be Monday and Tuesday. I did create a pack with me video and checklist for you that can be accessed through the NIGP site. So you could take a screenshot of that checklist. It's very helpful. So moving on to the social event. So this year's social event will be held on Sunday night at the Denver Aquarium. This event is included in your registration with the exception of daily registrations. So tickets are available for purchase in advance for daily attendees and guests. So make sure if you're bringing a guest with you, you're purchasing that ticket in advance. The theme, as Belinda mentioned, is 80s Bash. So dress to impress in your most outrageous 80s outfit. And let's celebrate the era of big dreams. Don't miss out. This is going to be your chance to experience the 80s like never before. Other things to keep in mind is staying hydrated. Pack your reusable water bottle. I recommend that you bring one with you so that you can refill it. We will have available water refill stations located throughout our convention center. Leave room in your suitcase for swag. So if you're flying, there may be things you pick up throughout the convention center that you may want to take back home. So you can also purchase a USPS flat rate shipping box in advance so that you can mail your stuff back home, any swag you decide to take back with you. If you haven't already, make sure you get a real ID as of May 7th. A real ID is now required to fly domestically. And of course, that's unless you have your passport. So make sure you have that in advance. And lastly, don't forget your business cards. I know I forgot mine the first time, so make sure you bring those with you. Second slide. So your name badge. So Your name badge is your ticket to every meal, every educational session, and every social function. If you aren't wearing it, you can't get in, unfortunately. So registration will be open every day, opening Saturday, July 26th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Be sure to stop at the registration desk on Saturday to print your badge and lanyard, which provides access to forum events. We do recommend removing your badge when you're outside of the venue. One exception would be that you will need your badge or a printed ticket for any guests to board the buses to the social event on Monday. So look for the signage around the registration area that explains the color system of the lanyards. Green lanyards will indicate full conference registrations, which will allow you full access to all sessions, the expo, meal, and social functions. Daily registrants will have the purple lanyards, and those will give you access to the activities for those designated days, but may purchase tickets to the evening events. Thank you. Next slide, please. Number 8, so you will never meet a stranger. So you are one of over 1,500 people that will be attending in Denver who have a passion for procurement. So take that time to introduce yourself, exchange those business cards, make new friends, shake hands, say hi, ask them where they're from, why they came, how far they've traveled. You get the idea. You never really want to you never know who you're gonna meet. So that would be my suggestion. So we can be creatures of habit that gravitate to those we already know or the same table we sat at the day before. Be bold, sit somewhere different every day, make a table full of new connections. Exchange cards with exhibitors or with other procurement professionals you meet for the first time. These connections will last a lifetime. Ask any veteran attendee how many lifelong connections um, they've made throughout the NIGP forums. Next slide, please. So the NIGP Forum 2025 Insight community is a place to ask questions, get advice if you're attending in Denver, make plans for dinner, meetup, get-togethers, etc. This community is live and available to you after you register for Forum. Thank you. The mobile app. So the app is now available for you to download. You can scan that QR code if you see it on your screen. Um, and this will give you the opportunity to immediately start planning your schedule ahead of time. Have everything available to you at your fingertips, explore sessions, speaker bios, build your personalized schedule, check into sessions to track your attendance, connect with colleagues, and stay updated with the latest announcements. So it's your ultimate companion for an amazing forum experience. Social events. So again, don't miss this year's social event on Sunday at the Downtown Aquarium. This will be one-of-a-kind experience with exhibits featuring wildlife from all over the world. So don't be surprised if you see a mermaid or two floating around in the tanks. Food and drink will be available throughout the venue. Live entertainment will also be available outside where we can enjoy the amazing Denver summer weather. So special thanks to our sponsors, TIPS and OpenGov, for their support. Thank you. And awards luncheon. So join us Monday for the awards luncheon where we honor the individuals who are shaping the future of public procurement. This inspiring event is a chance to celebrate the dedication, achievements, and lasting impact of your procurement community members. Don't miss this opportunity to applaud the very best in the field and leave motivated to make your own mark. And now I will pass it on.
All right, thanks, Selena. My name's Catherine Topol. I'm a member of the NIGP Member Council. And just so everybody can get a nice little break and laugh, every time I present, something embarrassing seems to happen. So if you look at this picture up here, the redhead in the front on the left, that's me talking when I was supposed to be paying attention. So I'm so glad we picked this picture to use. That gives you guys an idea. We really just try and be funny, be accommodating to you guys. So you're going to have the opportunity at Forum to meet your NIGP governing board, your member council, talent council, and all of the other volunteers for NIGP. And it takes every single one of us to put this event together. Belinda and Carrie, who are part of this call, they work for NIGP. They put in a ton of work to get this planned. The rest of us are all procurement professionals from around the country and Canada. And we all volunteer our time to help make this a great event for everyone. We would love to meet you, and you will probably notice some of us throughout the conference. If we meet you at the first timers event, you might accidentally be best friends with us, because if I see you in the hallway and I recognize you, I'm probably going to talk to you. It benefits you because if you get lost or you don't know where you're going or what you're doing, pull one of us aside. We'll have ribbons on us, and usually they will say member council, talent council. And then our NIGP staff members will have usually orange shirts. Are they orange again, Belinda? No, colorful shirts where you can ask anyone.
They're
as well.
blue this year.
They're blue. Okay, sorry. And then as we've already talked about, the first timers event's hosted on Saturday at 4 o'clock. And there's been a ton of time put into that. The person who's going to present after me, Paige, is going to be emceeing that. So you are in for a wonderful event there. We hope to see you there if you're able to make it. The next thing, number 6 that we're going to talk about is the Vendor Expo. So the Vendor Expo is a place where all of our vendors and sponsors and people who are putting innovative solutions out there that we all procure day to day, whether it's equipment or playground or IT software, they are all in one place, and we have almost 200 suppliers who are registered. So there are 2 different opportunities to visit the Vendor Expo, and sometimes depending on who you want to see, it'll take those 2 days. So it's Monday afternoon and then Tuesday morning, and it's a large open room where we actually have a map on the NIGP app that you can download and look at the map and see everyone who's there. So we encourage you to wear comfortable shoes. Again, reminder to bring your business cards. You'll have to have your badge to get into that event as well. And you can try and plan your time there. They've got them all set up in rows with numbers, so you can pick who you want to converse with. They're there to offer you publicly available information, just like any other vendor summit that you might attend. So take that time to visit them. Check the schedule for some other things that will be happening that I'm going to talk about on the next slide that will also be happening at the same time within the expo hall. So this is just another slide about the product expo. I'm not going to read it to you because everything that's on here I just explained to you. So we can flip to the next slide. So this is our Innovation Theater. The Innovation Theater is actually for our NIGP Business Council members. And you can see all of those companies vendors are listed here below. And each of those vendors will be giving their own presentation on innovations and their areas of expertise, best practices, things that they've put into place, other states, public entities, school districts that they've implemented some of these things. And it's just a great time for you to be able to sit down and listen to a presentation from one of these companies. It's helpful because there are some people who go to the expo and they don't want to go up and have a direct one-on-one conversation. This is the time that you can actually sit there and listen. So if you're interested in any of those companies, we strongly encourage you guys to attend those that you might need as part of your procurement forecasting plan. The other thing is the NIGP Business Council as a whole will be presenting. It's actually in the forum schedule. I believe it's Tuesday. So if you want to see the Business Council as a whole present, there's an opportunity for a workshop during the rest of the conference. But again, if you don't feel like going table to table, or you don't want to go up to one individual's table, but you just are curious and you want to hear something, check out their time and their schedules in the Innovation Theaters, again, going on within the expo. The next is going to be kind of flipping the script for you guys. So if you're looking, maybe you've had a lot of time to talk with the vendors, but you're ready to talk to people who are actually putting procurement practices into place. This is a great way to experience those, and that's through our Procurement Excellence Showcase. You can see there's a QR code on the screen. So if you click on that, you will be able to see what we have out there available. This is Latasha Terry, I think, who's this was her presenting last year. You can see there's lots of graphics on her board there, but more than just the pictures you see there, you get that real life experience and time to listen to how they implemented projects or things that were really innovative or new to the procurement world. Sometimes we can all get very wrapped up in our own day-to-day buying widgets, buying tires, buying school supplies, office supplies. It's nice to see some of these initiatives that other people have put into place and how they've been successful for their public procurement entity. The next thing we're going to talk about is education. So we talked about the workshops that will be happening and how the Business Council has one on Tuesday as a whole. There are tons of educational opportunities. Some of my favorite educational opportunities are more focused around leadership or motivation, and those are going to be your plenary sessions that start. They kick off every day, so you can't come away from the conference without learning something from those. The attendee rates at the plenary sessions are very high. I've been attending forums since 2017 or 2018, and I've yet to see a plenary that I did not enjoy. They're always very engaging, great topics, and I know that we've got a great schedule lined up for this year. So make sure you attend those in the morning before you start your other educational sessions. What's great about these is the plenary sessions are very motivating. They're a great way to start the day. But then when you take some of those tools that you get from that, or even just tools that you're looking to sharpen your pencil on, this is the time for you to go to individual workshops or sessions that do deep dives, or they actually talk about how you're taking those tools and putting them into practice day to day. A lot of times we get caught up in the plenaries and we say, well, that's great, but maybe how did someone implement this? And they talked about leadership. You'll find leadership workshops that are in there. You'll even find leadership workshops that are applicable to running a procurement shop. You'll see success stories, what could go wrong in an RFP. I think there's an RFP nightmare workshop, and these just really help you take these back to your day-to-day job and put them into practice. As we mentioned before, all of these sessions are recorded. They'll be shown live to our virtual audience, and then they'll be available on demand. So if you can't get to everything, you have time to go back and access those after the forum. And Belinda, how long are those available after the forum?
60 days.
60 days. So I would strongly, strongly encourage you, if you do one thing like me, the first forum that I attended, I did not look at the schedule ahead of time. I didn't even look at it the first day I got there. I thought that it was just a planned out conference. It is really, anybody remember those choose your own adventure books? That is what forum is. You can choose your learning path. You can choose workshops that are on lots of different things. Look at that schedule. It's currently out there on the NIGP website, and start to make your path to your schedule for forum. If you guys want to know how much of a wake-up call it was for me that I didn't have it that first year, this is my schedule, and I'm kind of blacked out with the green screen, but this is so I know what I want to do and where I want to go. I would encourage you to get to sessions early because they can fill up. The plenary sessions, there's always going to be enough room, but some of the space is limited in those workshops. So make sure that you get there on time, be respectful to the speakers so we're not going in and out. And again, if everybody wants to go to those, they could fill up because we do have to we do have to follow fire codes and maximum capacity rules. And the next slide is just introducing our 5 plenary keynote speakers. My personal favorite being Rick Grimm, which Belinda talked about. This is going to be his last forum. He's our CEO, and we are all very sad this is going to be his last forum. But the rest of them are all going to be great. I had the opportunity to chat with Heather Younger yesterday and had a great talk with her and how she's actually taking real life experiences about procurement from a group of us who she sat down with and talked to for about an hour. And instead of just coming in and talking about the art of caring leadership, she's going to apply that to working in public procurement. So the plenary speakers take a ton of time, not to just come in and say, hey, what conference is this again? Insurance, or healthcare. I don't remember what we're talking about. They put a lot of time and research into making this applicable to us and how we can take that back and get the most out of the NIGP forum experience.
One thing I do want to add too about the plenary or the keynote speakers is they, on our website, each of them have a video. So if you wanted to, get a feel for their style or what they're going to be talking about, I would recommend that you do that.
Thanks, Belinda. And then for our MC, wonderful celebrity Paige McDonald, who will be hosting that first timers event, I'm going to turn it over to her for the next slides.
Thank you, Catherine. Okay, so addition to being inspired by the various keynote speakers, Forum is also about learning and growing. Next slide, please. Okay, so here we'll talk about the badged learning paths. Each path, which is comprised of 4 sessions of 75 minutes each, is designed to equip you with practical skills, empowering you to make informed decisions and excel in your procurement role. Attending individual sessions or complete an entire path to earn a badge upon passing an assessment and be acknowledged for your new competency. And they'll send you, I believe it's via email, they'll send you a little badge that you can add to your signature and stuff. It's pretty cool. The learning path schedule does allow for taking 2 of the 3 learning paths live. All sessions are recorded, providing on-demand access for up to 60 days. So you can go back in afterward and view and finish additional learning paths at your convenience. Now we're going to take a quick poll. So if you haven't already, go ahead and put, well, you can choose one, you can choose multiple, whichever you prefer. What are you guys interested in learning about?
Most of us have contributed. We'll take 5 more seconds before closing. Once you've made your choices, press submit. And here are the results.
Okay, looks like contract management is the clear leader, which was the same case as our virtual poll, with legal coming up close behind and negotiations and construction in there as well. So awesome, good to know what you guys are interested in, and make sure that when you're in those sessions that you're talking to other people and kind of networking with people who are interested in those same things as you. Next slide, please. Okay, so Catherine touched on the learning sessions and workshops, and this is going to be a little deeper dive. So info on those learning sessions and workshops, we conduct extensive surveys and evaluations on our events and courses to keep up with the content needs of procurement professionals and ensure that Forum delivers the content that you guys are asking for. Additionally, we collaborate closely with the NIGP Content Management Committee to design and release a rigorous and fair call for presentations process for Forum each year. So the sessions at Forum are designed to make learning and professional development easy, meaningful, and focused on delivering the best content from subject matter experts, so you stay on top of the latest trends and best practices within the industry. Next slide, please. Okay, we have another poll here. So this one's also multiple choice. Go ahead and check any boxes that are of interest to you. How are we looking, Jeff?
We are looking good. Let's take 6.23 seconds. Exactly.
Exactly.
Which we've hit it. Here's the results.
Okay, I love seeing that, all of the above. And the bringing best practices back to my entity. That's huge for a lot of you too. That's great, because that's what we're here to do, right? Bring that knowledge back and share it and make it the best place we can possibly work. Okay, let's go on to the next slide. So this is on the interactive workshops. You're going to want to immerse yourself in these interactive 2.5-hour sessions. I know that sounds like a long time, but you have a lot of fun. So each session is split into two 75-minute segments and designed for active engagement and collaboration. These sessions feature experimental activities, problem-solving exercises, and small group discussions culminating in peer presentations. The learning sessions are a mix of foundational and advanced, so there's something for everybody. The foundational sessions are designed for professionals seeking to master those fundamentals. The content here is going to be foundational to intermediate so that attendees can acquire the fundamentals of the topic before moving into proficiency. The advanced sessions are aimed at professionals who have mastered the foundations of procurement and are looking for more advanced content. So these sessions are premised on the assumption that attendees already have a solid understanding of the basic concepts, allowing these sessions to dive into new and more complex topics. This level is intended to enhance and expand your participants' expertise. Next slide, please. Okay, on the workshops, we have a great lineup of workshops and speakers this year. We have the foundation level workshops on sustainable purchasing and coaching, and the advanced level workshops on federal grants and enterprise resource planning projects. Next slide. Okay, the learning sessions are developed and led by experienced public procurement professionals. And we offer a diverse lineup of 75-minute learning sessions packed with thought-provoking content. These sessions are designed to equip you with the tools, resources, and skills necessary to broaden your knowledge and enhance your job performance. To help you select your session, we've organized the learning sessions into themes this year, as you can see on the bullets there. Next slide. Okay, we do have a couple of case studies. I highly recommend these case studies because as we all know, the supplier community, the private sector industry, they've got a little more cash for these sorts of things than we do, right? So they prepare these case studies and they bring real life data and examples to the table to kind of help us understand what's kind of leading the industry and where supply chain and procurement are going long term. So we have a selection there showing a few of the entities performing those case studies this forum. Next slide, please. And lastly, following forum, you'll have the opportunity to download the ebook, which is kind of a compilation of the sessions that you can attend, summaries and key takeaways from these sessions. This is going to be something that you can refer back to after forum ends to go, what was it that they said in there? Oh yeah, here were the key points of that session. So this is going to be a great tool and resource for you guys who are interested in bringing best practices back to your entity to utilize long-term, even after forum ends. Okay, and my last note for you guys is that the Denver City Fire Marshal cares about you. Every meeting room has seating capacities posted for your safety. If the seats are full, the session will be closed. If there's a session that you really want to attend, make sure you arrive early and have a backup plan if you get caught up. Most sessions have ample seating, but we do experience every year those popular topics, they fill up quickly and we have to close the doors. The fire marshal will not allow us to let extra people in that room beyond its capacity. So remember that all sessions will be available on demand. If you can't make it to a session you were really interested in, earmark it to make sure when you get back to your office that you're able to go and review that and watch it virtually. So these sessions are being live streamed and recorded. So don't worry if you can't make it in, you can always come back later on and watch it. And I lied, I'm talking about this slide too. So the law of 2 feet per fails. So with so many different sessions to attend, if you find yourself neither learning nor contributing, you can and should use your 2 feet and find a place where you can learn. That's really why you're here, isn't it? So nobody's feelings are going to be hurt. No one's going to see you walk out of the session and be upset. This conference is about you. You guys are here to make sure that you get the content that you need. And so if a session's just not working for you, head on out and go on to the next session. So a good tip here is to always have a first and second choice lined up so that if the first one doesn't pan out, you already know where you're going next.
All right. Thank you, Paige. So we've made it to number one. So hands down, the coolest thing about participating in the NIGP forum, I have to say personally, I also agree with this one, is networking. So, my advice to you would be to make time for those authentic conversations with your peers. We don't gatekeep in procurement, so make time to have those conversations and share your knowledge with other procurement professionals. And then even after the conference ends and it becomes just a memory, the contacts that you make at the conference can serve as valuable parts of your professional network for many years. And so exchange those business cards, discuss key issues, and share knowledge with one another. So this is going to be a fantastic chance to connect with many procurement professionals, just like yourself. So be sure to make the most out of your forum experience and enjoy every moment you can. Thank you. So entity networking sessions. So don't miss the opportunity to discuss important issues that are specific to your entities, space with your fellow procurement colleagues. Entity networking sessions are available for in-person attendees, of course. If there's an issue your agency is currently facing, chances are someone has already faced a similar issue and, might have some helpful insight and tools in place to find a possible solution for your entity. So don't be afraid to have those conversations. And just my final tip, challenge yourself to sit with people you don't know. And this is something that was a little hard for me my first time, but I got so much out of just sitting with people I didn't know, exchanging those business cards, and then following my first forum, when I came back to my second forum, it was a lot of like, hey, oh my gosh, how you been? So make those connections. It's important. And yeah, thank you. Next slide. So this year we have 4 awesome current conversation sessions lined up just for you. The first one is becoming a human being and not just a human doing, mental wellness. We have the radio NIGP conversation and introduction in public procurement in the public sector textbook. And lastly, the street cred for the back office raising procurements profile. Thank you. And lastly, have fun. Please, please, please have fun. Don't be intimidated. NIGP Forum is full of fun. Although you're there to learn, remember that having fun and connecting with other attendees is a wonderful part of this experience as well. So enjoy those social activities, join the virtual gatherings, and explore shared interests. These moments can help build a warm sense of community and make the forum more enjoyable for everyone. Thank you. Oh, Belinda, you're on mute.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're wrapping up our first timer orientation. These are some helpful hints on where you can get some more information. There's this how-to guide. This is also on our forum page on the website. This QR code, you can download that. I highly recommend getting the app downloaded before you get there. Look at your sessions. Go ahead and plan out your time for those days. And as Paige said, make sure you have a backup plan because the room might be full, or there might be 2 or 3 things you're interested in, and you want to go back after the event and watch the recordings for those sessions as well. We can open it up. We have some time, a little bit of time. We can open this up for some questions and answers. Jeff, if you want to do that.
Oh, the questions have been coming in throughout.
I know that the
Shout out
chat
to
has been
Carrie.
pretty busy. Carrie's been really busy on the
Yes, indeed. So keep the questions coming in the chat. Carrie, if you want to come on audio because there's something that you would like to share that maybe others may have missed and you think is important, feel free to do so. Otherwise, there's more questions in the chat. There's like 3 more already.
So I'm typing, but I'm answering Judy at the moment. Let me finish this thought and then I'll take a look and I'll answer the other ones verbally.
I can answer one while you're doing that, Carrie.
Okay, great.
So I had someone ask where you can find the packing checklist. So I did drop the Insight link there. There is a link to Radio NIGP's YouTube video where you'll find a short reel of a pack with me. And then at the end of the video, there's also a checklist. They also did do like a screenshot of the checklist in that thread, so you can save it or screenshot it, and that will be very helpful.
Thanks, Leah.
Mhm.
Kathy, your question about grab and go breakfast. So it's very light items. Think McDonald's, McMuffin, you know, breakfast sandwiches, fruit, juice, coffee. We'll have some yogurt, I think, and some oatmeal. So a little bit of something for everyone, but it's just a sort of light fare to get you going in the morning. Looking, Jeff, did I miss anybody?
And just a helpful hint, the way to save your chat is if you, at the bottom of the chat area, there's the 3 dots. If you click on that, you can hit save chat and that'll, you can, download the entire conversation.
Nothing in the Q&A box, and there's just one question. I see it just came in. Otherwise, I don't think we missed any.
So the question about attending virtually, if you are meaning attending forum sessions virtually, Justin Deering on our team posted instructions on the Forum Insight community last week on how to access both the app and the virtual platform. You can watch sessions virtually through the app. You go to the schedule, you find your session, you open the session, and there will be a button or a link to join the virtual session. So you can do it conveniently from your phone or your iPad. But if you want to do it on your computer, you can access the virtual platform, and that's available to everyone. Again, that would be my recommendation for accessing those on-demand sessions afterwards. So that's posted on the Insight community. But if you have questions, you can email my team or the forum at nigp.org or events@nigp.org. So there's a lot of questions about the paths and certificates. So these paths that are being offered at Forum, it's brand new content that NIGP has curated with subject matter experts. In the case of contract management with NCMA, National Contract Management Association, these are not they're brand new content. These are not sessions or courses or things that you've could take from NIGP in the past. So this is all brand new content. The benefit of going to the path and going through the whole thing and then taking the assessment through our learning management system is you get that digital badge that Paige talked about. You can put it on your email that you're an expert in any one of these topics. So that's the biggest difference. I have to check the special authority thing. I thought we had a session on special authority, but we may not.
There is a couple of questions on social event tickets for guests and how do you purchase those? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So we are getting close to capacity for that social event. We have been told how many tickets we are able to sell. So this is why we do not have advanced sales open right now. We are watching our numbers daily, and we will determine when we arrive in Denver and get set up on Friday how many tickets we will have to sell. So unfortunately, they'll be on a first come, first serve basis. But I'm hopeful that we will be able to accommodate everyone.
And Carrie, just to confirm, they're able to purchase those tickets at the registration table, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Awesome.
Printable version of the sessions.
Yeah. So apparently you can print the session schedule off of our website, but it isn't pretty from what I've heard. So I don't know that I can fix that, but we can certainly try. You know, I think it depends on how detailed you're looking for. We can post just a schedule at a glance that has the times and the titles So I will find out if that's something that we can get accomplished in the next couple days. What else did I miss, guys? I see 16 new ones, so if you can help me out there.
Just confirming, unless it was already confirmed. Well, I'm double confirming that there's not a special authorities in-person entity session.
Hold on, let me look at that right now. I used to have one, but I believe, Belinda, we may have changed them for your. I don't see one. We made some changes this year because we have new special interest groups. I did mention in the chat that we do have several open meeting rooms. So if you feel so inclined to put a message out either through Insight or the app and find out if there's others like you that are attending that don't feel you have a spot to go to for that entity networking slot, you can certainly reach out to a member of my team at registration and find out if one of those rooms is available, and you can have your own group chat.
Do we earn CEUs if we watch the recorded classes after the fact? Contact hours.
So that's a very tricky question, so a tricky answer. It's completely up to the certifying body whether or not what they approve for credit, contact hours, whatever the case may be. If you're an NIGP CPP, you must complete the form that we will post on the Insight community and submit that with your recertification. It has to be that form. If you have other certifications and you just need to track what you're going to and you need to submit that, we will have a generic form for you. But it's completely up to, for example, if you have your CPPB or CPPO, it's up to the UPPCC to decide whether or not they will award contact hours for anything. I know that there are certain sessions that the NIGP CPP does not approve, and those are usually if they're not procurement related. If they're more of a, I don't know, I have to look at the form, but if it was a potentially a sales type of thing, they may or may not award credit for that. So it's completely up to your certifying body. So I recommend you check with them.
Will the tracking form be available on the app?
Yes.
So just to clarify, the tickets to the social event, if you registered for the event, then that's included. You don't need to purchase an additional ticket. Those tickets that you can purchase are for those guests that you may have, or some, yeah, that's.
If you're a registered attendee, the social event is included in your registration. Latrice wants to know lunch. Yes, lunch is provided on Monday awards lunch and Tuesday in the exhibit hall on your own the rest of the time. Let's see. I think I got it all, but check me.
I think Elizabeth's looking for confirmation. She purchased a guest ticket for the social event. She's good. She doesn't need to do anything special. That guest ticket is.
Yes,
Right.
if you beat the crowd and purchased it when any ticket that was available online previous to this week, it will print out after your badge. So when you come to registration and get your badge, a ticket for your however many tickets you purchased and whichever ticket you purchased will print out with your badge. And that person needs to have that ticket with them to access whatever event that is.
Okay, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you so much, Carrie. I'm glad that you were here to answer a lot of the questions that we could not answer. So thank you for being here to support us. We're looking forward to seeing all of you. See you in Denver in just a couple weeks. It's right around the corner. So we're excited to host the 80th forum this year in Denver, and say farewell to our beloved CEO, Rick Grimm, as well. A lot of changes this year. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you there.
Thank you. Thank you to
Bye.
the member council. Thank you for the questions in the chat. Helped bring clarity to others, and the recording of today's event will be sent to you along with the chat later this evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.